What I'd like to do for you in this video is paint a very vivid picture of exactly where the automotive industry stands, where I think it's headed to for 2022. And by the end of this video, I think that you'll understand exactly when things will likely get better. What is happening, guys? Ari here from negotiationguides.com, and by clicking here or the link in the description below, you'll be able to get pricing from dealerships in your local area on brand new or used vehicles. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. You guys, let's get down to business. So going back to 2019, the automotive industry managed to sell about 17 million units, brand new units, and compare that against about 15 million units in 2021. In essence, the automotive industry versus 2019 was only down about 2 million units, but it's behind by about 5 million units, as in order to catch up to demand, to zero out supply and demand, they'd have to produce 5 million more units and sell them to get to zero. Now, the issue is that selling 15 million units but being behind 5 million is a huge deficit. It's a huge margin, and auto manufacturers are only seeing about 15% as being their maximum that they'd be able to increase output this year. 15% increase in output is pretty decent. However, that's only really going to translate to about a couple million more units. So in the best case, they'll likely sell about 17 million units in 2022, assuming everybody catches up by a little bit, by about 15-20%. Now, I think that this is very, very good news for those of you that are looking at some of the more mainstream brands, such as maybe Hyundai or Kia or Honda or Toyota. But for those of you that are looking to get into a high-end vehicle, chances are that you're going to be waiting for a couple months while your car is getting built from the factory. And those people looking at these specialty vehicles are the ones that are going to be bearing the brunt of the worst. And the people that are going to be benefiting the most this year in 2022 are going to be people buying bread and butter vehicles. Now, most of the situation relies heavily on the fact that these manufacturers are producing vehicles in the States. If you're buying a vehicle that's coming from abroad, your chances of seeing a decent deal or a deal at MSRP are drastically less than those of us that are buying vehicles that are made in the United States. You're going to benefit from being able to go to cars.com and seeing exactly how this translates into inventory. You might be looking at more domestically as opposed to something that's an import, because inventory is available on these domestic vehicles, or maybe these brands that are producing domestically. For example, buying a BMW, maybe an X product, as opposed to maybe an Audi that's being produced in Europe or just abroad, just elsewhere altogether. The idea behind this is to go to cars.com, plug in, say, a Honda Civic, see exactly how many Civics are available, compare that against maybe Corollas and its other competitors, and see, in my local area, I've got more Corollas than I do Civics, which likely isn't the case, but it'll give you some sense of direction as to which brand has caught up in your area on that particular model. Now, brand by brand, it won't make any sense for me to tell you go to Honda, go to Mazda, because it really breaks down model by model. Getting a car that's in stock is likely to happen, but getting it at a discount or getting rebates on that car is still not going to happen. I do think that this will last until about 2024, when we'll see actual incentives come back into play. If you're looking for a specialty vehicle, your chances of getting any sort of deal is zero. And I really do think that just getting your hands on a specialty vehicle should be your goal, and not really thinking all that much about discounts or paying a little bit more than MSRP to get your hands on it. Now, I really do hope that this information gave you a sense of where the market is headed, which cars are getting the most priority, or how to find those cars. Like I said, use cars.com to see exactly which car and which model should you get to actually get the best deal, or just to expedite the process in general. Again, shop around as many dealerships as you can. Use negotiation guides by clicking here or the link in the description below to connect with these dealers in your local area, so at the very least you get pricing from a few different dealerships. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.